Hi guys, welcome to LiveTutelage. Now in this session, I'm going to explain something called Java method overloading. Method overloading. So first let me create a class. Go to your source, new class. Okay, here I'm just giving a name to my class as, so I'm just giving this name as something called, I'm just printing some text, so I say this as a print overload. Okay, print overload. So I'll just say finish. So this is my class, right? And let me declare two methods. So before that, let me introduce, we are discussing of method overloading, right? What do you mean by overloading? Means giving same name, okay, giving same name to different methods with different parameters. Okay, so I'm going to give the same name for different methods, but I'm going to pass the arguments or parameters differently. But what is the use for having that? What is the need for having the same name for two different type of methods? Let us see with the example. Now this is my class, which is print overload, and this is the end of the class. And in this class I have something called a method, which is like a public, my method is public void and display, right? In this display, and I'm passing an argument of integer a. Okay, and I'm trying to print this here, system dot out dot, right, say called print len of a. Okay, now in this system, in this method I have just displayed the function called display. Okay, display, if you want you can give this full name, and the parameter is only one parameter I am passing it. Now I'm going to define the same method, same function. I'm going to define again the same method, same function. Okay, but here I'm going to pass one integer as well as some character p. Okay, and I'll be displaying both of my integer as well as character, right? So this is a class, right? In this class, this is my class, so this is my class. So in this class what I did, I have two methods, right? If you observe, the name is same, display, and even here also the same. But the parameters, the arguments are different. Here I have only one parameter, but here I have two parameters. Okay, so which is known as the method overloading. I am giving the same name to the function, but with different type of parameters I am passing. This is called method overloading. Now we'll see how this works in our main class. Okay. Now let me declare another class. So just go to the new class, and this is my print main class, right? My print main class. Now here in this main class, this is my main class. In this main class, what I'm doing, I want to access the method and I want to pass the values to this method, right? So for that I need to create an object for this, So to create a method, to access this method, I have to create an object for this in my main method. So the object I have created as overloaded is equal to new function name, new class name. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to call the display function, right? What is it? See here, if you just say dot, you have two functions you can find out with the same name. One is with int a and other is with two parameters. So I'm just passing 1 with display 1, okay, with one integer value, and I'll be passing with the other which has 10 and L, so which is a character value, right? This is a character. So here if you observe, I have created only one object, and for this object I have called one function which is display, and I have passed only one parameter, and here I have passed two parameters. Now what happens means, when the execution starts, first it checks this function. What is the behavior of the function? It has only one parameter, so immediately it goes and checks with the one parameter function and it does the action. Now it comes to the second one, calling. Now it has two parameters. It goes and checks in the class which has the two parameters, and immediately it displays whatever the statements you have written. Okay, now let me run my program. So I just run this program. Now you can observe here, you can observe in the console, right? In the console you have 1, 10 and L. What is 1? 1 is display 1. So this one value is passed to this particular function method and it is displayed it. And what is 10 and L? So the 10, it is an integer, L is a character. These two pass it to the same function which is called display. And but with these two parameters, now the A value is 10 and character P value is N. Now it prints as per this behavior, right? Now you may ask me a question. So for example, if I have changed the name as display 1, okay, I'm not giving the same name. Now it is not the overloading, and let me run my program. Okay, where is it? So let me run my main program and let us see what happens. See, you are getting something called, okay, here you just pass display 1, and here you call the display 1 here in the main method and just say proceed. Now see here, even if you are using two different names also, it is working. When I say display 1, yes, it is calling the function display 1, display. It calls the function display and it acts as per the instructions. And when I say display 1, this is another method. So this is the second method with two parameters, it displays. But what is the difference of the previous one and now is, here when I call display, the function will be called and will be loaded into the, already loaded for the compilation, right? And when I say the display 1, even again it goes and it checks in the memory for the display 1, and again it comes back and loaded into the memory, right? Which will take a kind of much time for compilation, which will take much memory as well as much time. But what happens when I use the same name here? What happens when I give the same name here means, once the function is called, all the instructions regarding to this function will be loaded at once, right? And whenever the parameter is been passed, it acts as per the parameter. When I pass 1, okay, it acts for the parameter 1. When I pass two parameters, it acts for two parameters, which will reduce your compilation time as well as the memory space. That is the advantage of the overloading of a functions. Okay. So what is the overloading method? Overloading method or functions means giving the same name but with different parameters. So Java has the feature, you can use one name but with different parameters. Okay, I can even have another function which may have int a, int b and then float c, right? But I can have different arguments and I can have with the same name. Okay, so that is the advantage of the overloading methods. Thank you.